Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 23rd of January. So, I'm looking at the pound dollar first here this morning. It's been kind to us of late. He probably says far too early, but has been moving quite well with some reasonable volatility and some half decent movements during the day. So, starting off with it this morning, it's pushed back above the original trend line there, but it's probably coming up to the revised trend line. Actually, I should pop that over the top there now because it's really sort of moving up. It's a questionable old thing, this trend line, anyway, I guess. It's got a chance of pushing up further. We've got a pivot swing here and there's three candles here, the bullish sort of movement. So looks bullish for all intents and purposes, may come across those prior highs and find resistance. The other thing is it has got its daily pivot below it. Looking here, well, consolidation at the moment on the 4 hourlies, and then here's the daily pivot underneath, which could draw it back. Now where from there? Up until now been quite bullish, and probably would be. It looks like it's a reasonable ride back towards that daily pivot initially. See how it kicks off this morning in terms of getting into a trade on that, but thereafter will it get a bounce from the movement, and will we have done damage? We'll put a lower high in, possibly in between all of that, and so it softens the overall movement, but we'll see how it runs. But at the moment it looks like it's on for some downside potentially towards that. There's high probability of being hit. Thereafter it's really how it shapes up around that price, and we'll just be watching the price level, because as I said, it could be pushing back up towards those prior highs there. The R1 here is just above them, so just watch out for that, and maybe that 1.3 area is on the cards again. So that's where we are at the moment with the pound. A momentarily bearish sort of signal with a possible reversal back on the bullish side. Okay, the euro dollar. Well, the euro dollar finally found a bit of support allegedly. Probably more horizontal support than that line there, which is a bit iffy anyway. But the if is doing okay at the moment. Where to from here? Well, on the big picture I remain bearish on this, and we've got the ECB meeting tomorrow, so I'm a bit wary overall about what's going to happen here. It could just consolidate with the meeting tomorrow and Draghi to speak. So the weekly pivot's still not been hit. If it did get any rallies, that could be a reasonable target and a nice resistance point with the 50 MA, the 200 all around there. That any rallies up until that would look like a good sell point for me. In the meantime, well, we've got daily pivot, so still running in this downward trend. Yesterday, well, it's tried and it hasn't quite put this higher low in from here, but see, it'll be interesting in its reaction to the pivot this morning. If it rolls through it, well, I'd be looking down towards the S1 and yesterday's lows, at least for some of the time, although it may just consolidate thereafter or even before then. Been a bit of a slow mover of late, we've noticed, during intraday move price action. Dollar yen, well, the Bank of Japan's governor believes that the world order will resort itself out by the looks of things. In general terms, does not see the risks to US and China economies materializing now. He believes that trade friction likely heading to a resolution. Well, one would hope so. They're putting deflation that there's, or the lack of inflation that they're seeing, down to impact on oil prices, which is a major factor for them as they have no oil. Downgrade inflation, pretty limp sort of comments there really, in the press conference. So all in all, what with the yen, well, at the moment it's been shoving up. Sorry, let's just come back to the dailies here. It's been bounced nicely off the weekly pivot there, well, possibly got more upside now. Nothing said there that's done anything but soften the yen, and the 4-hourly 200 may well be next point at the moment. Sort of flaggish pattern here on the 60 minutes. The pivot's already been hit there, the R1's already been hit. Maybe a push up towards those prior highs could be possible, or we may just see what we've been seeing over the last couple of days in horrendous chop for hours and hours, just almost sideward range bound movement. Okay, so that's the yen. Not interested in that personally. Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar disappointed me overall, because it's just rolling over. I've kept out of it since my attempt at the long side, but it does look like, well, it's not really giving us a lot of clue on that 4-hourly. It's come back to the hourly there. You can just see lower highs, lower lows. It's bearish. It may roll over. It's on its daily pivot at the moment. If it starts breaking down this morning, well, it could be making another near-term low here. So at the moment, looking bearish. Aussie dollar, and finally the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar was pushing up yesterday, and I just this sort of bear flag sort of suddenly becoming more of a bullish movement, with the higher lows sort of working its way through there. You can see it a bit clearer on the 4-hourly here, with the higher lows coming through and higher highs sort of edging its way upwards. Looking at this hourly picture, well, it's daily wise already hit the daily pivot there, and looks like it could be on for the S1. We'll see if it breaks back above this morning, breaks back above that daily pivot. Well, perhaps it's got more upside to run yet. But let's just check on oil very briefly here. Oil's been holding up pretty well. It's bounced back up there. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a little bit more strength there in the Canadian dollar then. It's back up to $53, but the Canadian dollar just not well, hanging in there too at the moment too much. Okay, news-wise today, there's not a great deal. We've had the Bank of Japan's statement, etc., press conference all done and dusted. Set out. We've got a member of the Bank of England committee speaking at 9:30, and that's it really. A core retail sales at 1:30. So not a great deal out today. So it's all looking forward to tomorrow with the ECB meeting. Have a great one. Bye for now.